Hi there! A special thanks to Lernian Lion and Jonathan Thomas for coming up with the inspiration for today's story. Don't forget to drop your unique story ideas in the comments. If yours wins, you'll get to join our special brainstorming group on Discord. So come on, let's turn those ideas into something amazing. Also, stay tuned because I do sing in this one. My name is Matthew, but you can call me Matt if it's easier. A Matty if you dare. I was born and bred in a small town that made Mayberry look cosmopolitan. The kind of place where folks say good morning and actually mean it. My old man ran the local grocery store, and my mom, well, she ran everything else. I was the eldest of three, sandwiched between a star quarterback younger brother and a too smart for her own good sister. We were the poster family for small town values. And trust me, it's not as idyllic as a normal Rockwell painting. I grew up with the notion that dreams should fit into a 9-to-5 schedule. But there was always a part of me that yearned for more. A part that wanted to feel the vibrant pulse of a big city. Then there was Erica, a childhood friend turned complication. She was the Hermione to my Harry, always too clever by half. We spent our youth in this cosmic dance of friendship until one fateful night, we stopped towing the line and, connected. The next morning, I left, scared and driven by an ambition that suddenly seemed as nebulous as a twilight sky. Escaping to the city, I was soon hit by the reality of suburban life. It was no Carrie Bradshaw chronicle. I was out of my depth and out of cash, which led to a gritty existence on the streets. Also, if anyone asks, dumpster pizza tastes about as good as it sounds. But let's back up a second. I need to tell you about that thing with my dad. See, my dad made his fortune the hard way. Started with a grocery store, ended up with an empire. Definitely started from the bottom, now we here. And when we decided to retire, guess who he gave it to? No, not yours truly, but to my stepbrother, the smile with a knife guy. Now you see, my escape to the city wasn't just about chasing my dreams. There were undercurrents, cross-currents, basically a lot of currents pushing me down away from home. Son, there's something I need to tell you. What is it, Dad? I'm retiring. Really? That's great news. Yeah, and I'm giving everything to your stepbrother. But what? Why? He's been working hard for me for years. He deserves it. But what about me? You have your own dreams, son. Go chase them. But Dad! No buts, son. It's my decision, and it's final. It's funny how the universe works. Here I was, once the golden boy, now sleeping on park benches, eating out of dumpsters. The Big Apple was definitely teaching me a harsh lesson. All right. One day, scrolling through my old cracked phone on some free Wi-Fi, I saw a post on Instagram. Erica with Rachel. And a baby bump? My heart dropped. She was pregnant. And I just ran. In the middle of my own personal horror show, I didn't even notice when I became a part of an unlikely family. The lifeguards. No, not like Baywatch, but 3 tough city women with hearts of gold. Hey kid, you look lost. I am. Well, you're in luck. We're hiring. Hiring for what? Lifeguards. You know how to swim, right? No. No problem. We'll teach you. Why? Because we're nice like that. Really? No, not really. We're just really bored. I met them at the public pool. Lydia, the mother hen. Jessie, the joker. And Alice, the quiet one with wisdom beyond her years. It's strange how they welcomed a stray like me into their circle. You'd think in the city that never sleeps, nobody has time for a homeless guy. But these 3, they saw something in me. Or maybe they were just as crazy as me. So, Matty boy, what's your story? My story? Yeah, you know, where you come from. What do you do? Who do you love? Well, come on, spill it. It's complicated. Ooh, I love complicated stories. They're so juicy. Jesse, leave him alone. He doesn't have to tell us anything. Oh, come on, Alice. Don't be such a buzzkill. We're all friends here. Friends? We barely know him. Well, we're about to know him better. Enough, you two. Matt can tell us whatever he wants, whenever he wants. Right, Matt? Right. See? He's fine. Anyway, back to Erica. I still couldn't believe it. She was pregnant and alone. Her old man kicked her out. She moved in with Rachel. I didn't even know Rachel had a place. Last I heard, she was some exiled princess. Go figure. Me? I was learning life's rough edges. The lifeguards? Well, they became my lifeline. And Erica? She was carving out a new life with Rachel. And the baby? Every night, I looked at that photo, the swell of her belly, and I wished things were different. It was Lydia who broke the silence. So, you're saying I'm Captain America, Jesse is Iron Man, and Alice is Black Widow? She looked at me, one eyebrow raised. Exactly, I exclaimed, grinning. You're the glue that keeps us together, Lydia. Jesse, you keep us laughing, even in this godforsaken place. And Alice, you've got that silent strength thing going on, like Black Widow. Hey, you all right? Lydia asked one evening, her gaze concerned. Yeah, just, life. You know? I gave her a half smile, pocketing my phone. Living with 3 ladies, you'd think life would be all roses and unicorns, right? Wrong. Ever tried sharing a bathroom with 3 women? Yeah, it's like the real Hunger Games. I swear, Matthew, if I step on one more of your discarded socks, I'll strangle you with it. And Jessie, our self-proclaimed chef, her cooking could turn Gordon Ramsay into a docile kitten. Hey, my mystery meatloaf is a delicacy. Okay, Matt, truth or dare? Dare. What's the worst you could come up with? I dare you to sing Celine Dion's "My Heart Will Go On" at the top of your lungs. You're evil, Jesse. But challenge accepted. Once more, you open the door, and you're here in my heart will go on and on. Yeah. And so there I was, howling like a wounded animal under the city's starlit sky. A sight for sore eyes, but the girls, they wouldn't stop laughing. As days blurred into nights, our banter became the soundtrack of my life. And somehow, in all the chaos, I found a home. Meanwhile, back in our small town, Erica was teaching little Leo how to navigate the world. A blend of small-town charm and royal manners. How do I know that, you ask? My Instagram feed was a daily documentary of their life. I watched from afar. Every smile, every achievement, every little thing I was missing out on. Life has a peculiar way of making you relive your past. Every spare moment I had, my mind would wander back to the time when it was just Erica and me. We were young, dumb, and full of, ambition. Remembering our plans, dreams, it stings, like salty water on a fresh wound. It was a hot summer day when we first kissed. I remember because I dropped my ice cream, and she laughed. Said something about the universe punishing me for stealing her favorite flavor. Karma, Matthew. That's what you get for stealing my pistachio gelato. And then you kissed me, like you were making up for it. Fast forward a bit, and we were in college, planning our future like we were directors of our own Hollywood movie. First a degree, then a job, then marriage, and then maybe mini versions of us? You were so sure, Erica. We were so sure. But you know what they say about best laid plans, right? They often go awry. We did have a mini version of us, just not the way we planned. Learning about Leo, it was like I was hit by a lightning bolt. I saw it on Instagram. Erica, holding a baby boy, our son. My heart pounded like a jackhammer. My hands, they were shaking as I clicked on the picture. World, meet Leo. He has his dad's eyes, his stubbornness. Hashtag single mom, hashtag new beginnings. Erica would post, breaking my heart. The walls of my tiny room closed in on me. It was like I was drowning in guilt, regret, sorrow, and underneath it all, a spark of joy. Because that was clearly my son. I was a father. But how was I to reach out to her after all this time? I was practically a stranger to her. And Leo, he didn't even know I existed. That's when I remembered something Erica once told me. When life gives you lemons, make sure you write an epic, tear-jerking apology letter. She was joking, of course. Desperate times. I spent weeks drafting that letter, pouring every bit of my regret, my hope, my love onto those pages. And when I finally sent it, it felt like I'd given away a piece of my soul. After what felt like an eternity, I got a call. Erica's voice. It was just as I remembered. Soft, like a comforting blanket, but with a hint of steel. Matthew, I got your letter. We need to talk. The anticipation of that meeting, it was like waiting for a storm. You know what's coming, but the suspense is killing you. I started preparing for the meeting, or at least tried to. I remember my first meeting with Leo. I was a bundle of nerves, but he was just a kid, curious and full of energy. He had my eyes, Erica's smile. It was like looking at a living, breathing piece of our past. I want to say, I'm sorry. For what? She asked. For everything. For leaving you. For hurting you. For not being there for you and Leo. For being a coward and a jerk. She shook her head and took my hand. Matthew, you don't need to apologize. You're here now. That's what matters. No, Erica, I do have to apologize. Because I love you. And I want to make things right. I want to be with you. And Leo. And so, I started a new chapter of my life. It wasn't easy. I had to balance my job at the warehouse, my duties at the lifeguard station, and being there for Leo. But every little smile, every daddy, made it worth it. The past was behind us. The future was uncertain. But for the first time in a long time, I felt hope. Rachel, God bless her royal heart, she did what I thought was impossible. She used her network to expose that slippery weasel of a stepbrother. The truth came out like an unstoppered bottle of champagne. Messy, surprising, and in front of a lot of shocked faces. Then came the twist. It wasn't Dad who ended up reclaiming the business. It was me. Yeah, this homeless lifeguard, new Dad Matthew, heading a pretty lucrative business. It was as if life decided to mix up the deck of cards. Looking back, I guess I had it in me all along. I had grown, learned, and stumbled. But I also rose, dusted off, and faced the world. I wasn't the same scared kid running from responsibilities anymore. And Erica, she was there by my side through it all, helping me navigate this new, crazy world. And Leo, my boy Leo. His smiles made the longest days worth it. Who would have thought, huh? The boy who ran from responsibility is now the man who embraces it. Guess life really does have a funny way of bringing us full circle.